People are tired of hating themselves. People are tired of hating their bodies. Dieting really leads us to disconnect from our bodies. People that go on diets tend to believe that they're connecting with their bodies in a healthy way, when in reality, what is happening is that they are no longer listening to their body's own cues about when it's hungry, when it's full, because they're allowing this diet or whatever meal plan dictate when they're supposed to eat and what they're supposed to eat.
Intuitive eating is basically the anti-diet. It's about eating based on your own hunger, fullness cues, cravings, really honoring what your body needs without listening to external food rules and without trying to lose weight. And it's really personal. I think that's what makes it so different. There are no rules. So it's not like you can just go onto a website or read a book and learn exactly what to do. You really have to do a lot of work to figure out what works for you and what feels good. Intuitive eating and just the anti-diet approach to food has gotten really popular. It's gained a lot of traction. So companies like Noom and Weight Watchers are buying the Google ad for it, right? So that when you search intuitive eating, that comes up. And those things are not intuitive eating. They are diets. They have rules, and they will likely be really triggering to people in eating disorder recovery. If you ever see someone advertising intuitive eating, but also talking about how weight loss is a realistic goal, then it's not intuitive eating. Because if you're trying to lose weight, that means you're trying to eat less, no matter how you're doing it. And so you're not really listening to your body.
Anyone who is promoting body positivity but is very clearly still engaging in disordered eating or eating disorder symptomatology, so anyone that exercises excessively or is counting calories or clearly has a distorted image of their body, really does cause harm to people, even if that's not their intention, because then people are going into this assuming that body positivity is disordered eating. Body positivity is constantly body checking. And that's just really not what it is. The body positivity movement really started back in the 60s as a protest to bring awareness to the bias that fat people face. And so now with social media and everything that has really come with technology, a lot of what we're seeing is that body positivity is really focusing on white women, white thin women, white mid-sized women, and it's forgetting its roots. And really the roots are fat, queer, feminist rebellion. And people are also forgetting to focus on the BIPOC and fat bodies that really experience the most marginalization and discrimination. I think that most of the people who have a hard time accepting, or quite frankly hate on fat acceptance, health at every size, and body positivity are usually the people who have the most internalized fat phobia. And even as we start this journey, I think it's very valid to be able to recognize that, yeah, we probably are still internalizing fat phobia or have some internalized fat phobia in the beginning of our journey, because we're starting this journey to try to learn to let that go. So some questions I'll usually ask clients to ask themselves is, what do I think being fat says about people? Or what do I think being fat says about me? Or who taught me that being skinny is better? Or who benefits from the idea that fat is unhealthy? And I think that last question, who benefits from the idea that fat is unhealthy, is usually what helps people get into the movement more, because that's when they realize that, oh, this is all really money related. This is really all capitalistic ridiculousness that is consuming our everyday lives. And so I think being able to acknowledge that this is from like a societal standpoint, something that is happening to us, not something that we're doing to ourselves, is the first step. We are not born hating our bodies. we, as babies, like we just existed in our bodies and loved the world around us and loved learning. And so I like to hold on to the idea that that part of us is still living within us. Sometimes it just takes time to unlearn what society has taught us. And no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes, it's always possible to come home to our true selves.